Welcome back, GGs. We have a special Taylor Swift Tuesday today because I got Ian in the house from StichMethod. First time on my channel.
Yeah,
welcome.
Very excited to be here. Thank you so much, Gigi.
Oh, you're
this is
welcome.
awesome.
Ian is going to show us how to write songs like Taylor Swift, not lyrically,
No.
but melodically.
Chord progressions. You know, there's a great movement in music happening. You know, probably in the last like 15 years, where people are coming up with such catchy choruses and hooks. And the honest approach to it is that we're going to be using a solid foundation of things that work all the time. But again, like lyrically, you got to write some solid lyrics, you know? So, you know, when you and I first met each other, we instantly bonded over Today Was a Fairy Tale.
Yes.
Right? And so I'm going to play that really quickly, probably terribly, but you know, you have the... Now, the reason I know this song is because I teach for a living. And about, I don't know, 10 years ago, every girl student I had was like, "Can we learn Today Was a Fairy Tale?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I heard it at first, listened to it, and then I put it together, and I was like, "Oh, this is a G, C, E minor, and D." And a lot of my students didn't know that like I love improvisation and jam band stuff, and they looked at me like, "What does that mean?" I'm like, well, it's actually quite common. And so I'm going to show you that you can do this stuff at home and at least kickstart your songwriting and feel confident in what you do. So really quickly, the chord base for this song is going to be a G chord. And however you want to play a G, you can play G like this or like that. And then a C chord, or in some cases, some people do play the C add 9, and they're both C chords. And then we're going to go to an E minor and a D. Now, a couple fun facts about this. This is what we call being in the key of G. And what that means is that the G major scale, I'm going to keep it light, is responsible for all the chords here. And in the key of G, the first chord, number 1, is the G chord, is played as G major. The 4 chord is the C. That's the 4th chord. You go G major, and there's A minor and B minor. But the C is C major. And the D is what we call the 5, the G, C, and D. I'm sure everyone watching has played songs with G, C's, and D's in it. The reason they're so popular is because these are the major chords, or the happy chords, within a key. So you can write a song right off the bat with any sort of G, C, and D, and it's always going to sound good no matter what order you put it in. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put Gigi on the spot, and I'm going to say, you know what? Just play any order G, C's, and D's that you like, and I'll give you $1 million if it sounds bad. Well, it must feel really good to write an awesome chord progression and at the same time lose $1 million. Okay? Because it sounded good. There's no way it can sound bad. 1s, 4s, and 5s of any key, and in this key G, the G, C, and D sound good. Now, there's a trick here, is when you're writing a song, sometimes you don't want it to always be happy. Right? Because like, you're like, okay, there has to be some motion. So the next famous chord we put in is what's called the 6th chord, which is in the key of G, you have G, A is the 2, E is the 3, D is the 4, C is the 4, D is the 5, and E is the 6th. And the 6th is a very special chord because you play it as a minor, exactly. So now, if you look at this song here, you have G, ba-da, C, ba-da-da, E minor, and then to a D. And it's that E minor that, you know, when you listen to it, it's like, oh, this is so cool, sounds happy, and there's a twist.
Gives it like a little bit of depth.
Yeah, depth,
you know?
Okay? You're absolutely right. So this combination of what we call 1s, 4s, 5s, and 6s. Now, you're editing this video, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, get it right on the screen somewhere.
Okay.
The 1, 4,
Ooh,
5, 6
yeah.
Is the most important chord progression, or 4 chords out of any key you can use. And if you want to go to any one of your favorite guitar chord sites, and look up and see how many G, C, D, E minor songs there are, because it provides a really good base. Now, I'm going to give you another chance to win $1 million. Okay? I want you to try and write a song with G's, C's, D's, and E minors in any shape, combination.
In any combination.
And have it sound bad. If it sounds bad, I'll give you $1 million.
Okay.
Fantastic. Again, very happy that you lost $1 million, and because it sounds so good.
I should hop on that before it releases.
That was a really good song for chord progression.
Thank you.
Well, the thing is this, and no matter what genre of music you're playing, I grew up with like 80s rock and stuff, and this goes in every genre. This G, C, D, E minor, and again, any combination of it is going to sound good. So you can right now, pause this video and grab your guitar and start writing some chord progressions with these chords in any fashion. But we can go beyond that. All I want to do is show you that this can be moved around different keys.
Okay,
so let's talk about another very famous key, which I think Taylor Swift, I forgot the name of the song, Horses. What's the song about?
White Horse.
White Horse, right? If I'm not mistaken, it's like C, A minor, F, and G.
I think so. With some like...
Yeah, I believe so, at least the way I taught it. And again, right there is another 1, 4, 5, and 6. In the key of C, we'll talk about this. Grab your guitars again. The 1 is a C chord. The 4 is the F. Nice bar chord, okay? And then the 5 is a G, and the 6 is A minor. Now we're in a totally different set of key, we're in a different key, and just to let you know, some people, the reason you might want to do in this key is maybe you sing better in the key of C. All right, so the 1, 4, 5, 6, C, F, G, and A minor. And just to show you, I'm gonna give myself a chance to win $1 million by myself, but any combination is gonna sound good. Anything.
I'm gonna take your $1 million.
So I'll give it to you. I lost $1 million. There it is. And so C, F, G, A minor. We're gonna get on the screen right there. Another one. Now I'm gonna tell you a quick story about music. Is that cool? I'm talking so much, and I hope that I'm not talking too much. Whenever I hear a song on the radio that like gets me to my core.
Okay.
I don't hear chords. I'm not a perfect pitch. I can't say, oh, that's a C, that's an F, that's a G. I can sometimes hear, I think I know what's going on. But when I hear a song and it gets me all like jazzed up, it's always in the key of D. So like my body vibrates like with the sound
so
of the key
you vibe with the key of D.
For some reason, every song that like if it's in the key of D, I'm like, I love this song, no matter what it is. And so I just want to discuss the 1s, 4s, and 5s in N6s in the key of D. Now it gets a little interesting because I'll show you a little trick. The 1 is a D chord. All right. The 4 is a G. The 5 is an A. And now the 6 in this chord sequence is a B minor. Now you can play the B minor full bar B minor like that. But I will let you know, in case this bar like hurts you, you can play the cheat chord, which I play all the time, which is the 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 4th fret, and you can actually strum the A, D string together.
Ah, there you go. Look, little pro tip.
Yeah, little pro tip. That's a good B minor you can get on. That's actually B minor 7, but don't worry, it takes the cake. So any combination. It's gonna sound great. And I love stuff that's in the key of D.
Do you have a favorite song in the key of D?
Oh man, I'm trying to think. No, put me on the spot.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
No, but I'm trying to think. I was just playing. Oh gosh, I was just playing. Give me 1 second. That's Creedence Clearwater. Like, yeah, that's an old CCR song, but also A Little Help My Friend starts off in the key of D. And Joe Cocker is singing like crazy. Anyway, but anything in the key of D, just know I love it. So hopefully put those guys up on the screen somewhere, maybe over my face, I don't know. But go write some chord progressions, and when you find something you like, keep it. And then it's up to you to write the lyrics.
Yeah.
Which is the hard part.
Because the thing with Taylor Swift is she does write a lot in the key of G. Like,
she does.
You might see, like if you look online, you might see different versions of where like it's played like in different. I don't know, like the capo.
Capo, yeah,
like
of course,
that,
yeah.
And so the chords are different, but if you transpose it, usually go back to the key of G, and you'll play the same chords. Because I was actually doing like a mashup with a bunch of her songs. I'm like, oh my gosh, like not all of the song is the same, but there are parts like where the choruses are the same chords over and over again.
Absolutely.
It's amazing. So like for an example, real quick, I'll do like Speak Now. So it's like, don't say yes, run away now. I'll meet you when I'm out of the church and the back to There's like a bunch of different songs of hers.
Yeah.
You can literally just take the same 4 chords and mix them up, and it might not be that for the entire song, but it usually it ends up being like the chorus.
And the reason that happens, yeah, you're absolutely right. The reason that happens, people think, that's a cheap trick. It's not a cheap trick. You gotta understand, like, when you're a songwriter, there are certain, chords or phrases that really move you as a songwriter. So to keep your sound, to keep yourself happy and writing consistently, you kind of borrow the same things from yourselves.
Yeah.
And you put different melodies to it, but don't be afraid to write songs that have same parts. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
And Taylor Swift is an awesome example of it. I mean, she's fantastic.
And a lot of people will criticize certain musicians for like using the same kind of sound over and over again, but I feel like a lot of artists that do that still make their songs sound like each one will still sound unique, but they have a cohesive sound.
Yes.
So you know it's that artist.
Absolutely.
It's just finding that creativity to make the song different. Because I know when I write songs that like my favorite chords, I love A minor.
It's your favorite?
I love it.
Okay, that's awesome.
It's amazing.
Now
I'm kind of using it.
I'm gonna be like, write me a song in A minor. No, that's right. I totally get it. Like, I love the key of D, but Dave Matthews, like I did a video on Dave Matthews. He sings best in the key of D. So all of his songs are in the key of D.
It makes sense.
Yeah, so that's
it.
So don't be afraid to write in the same place, because it's always gonna sound different no matter what. Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on my channel. You made this an amazing Taylor Swift
This is
Tuesday.
awesome. Well, tell us for Tuesday. Can't wait to watch it.
Go check out Ian's channel. I will link him down below.
Thank you.
Lots of great content over there.
Improvising stuff, jam bands if you like it. But it's good. Thank you so much, Gigi.
You're welcome. All right, see you guys later.
Bye.